nice, isn't it?
It is.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Weather is really picking up. This is amazing to see all the extra cars and trailers sort of going up and down the highway just outside.
Yeah.
Outside here. It's all of a sudden everybody is, you know, it's nice. Especially in BC here in Vancouver, people are sort of breathing a little bit of a sigh and sort of starting to get out because restrictions have been lifted here in Vancouver, so we can kind of meet in sort of family groups of 6. Is the family groups of 6.
Yeah.
This is sort of where we're at now, so it's really good.
Yeah, we went to the river yesterday.
Oh, very
And
good.
we saw 12 eagles.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which was nice.
Wow. This down on better here? Oh, were they
You can
chasing,
see- you
were
can
they
see
chasing
how-
the geese? Or
Well,
were
they used the thermal air. And they were
Oh.
all in a ball going up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah. I guess it's not. I guess the salmon aren't running yet, so it'll be another.
No.
It's another. Oh no, there will be. Yeah, the springers will be going. The early spring salmon.
I've not seen any.
Yeah. Okay. Were there fishermen there?
Not many.
Fisher people.
So one. So one.
Just
yeah.
one?
But
Anglers?
mainly families
Yeah.
being outside, playing in the river. And, yeah, it was warm enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The water level is a little higher now that temperatures pick up. It's
That's
not
right. The runoff. Yeah. Yeah. And how many? So how many personal one-on-ones have you been doing?
We had 4 today.
4 today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And some of them are joining us for the live stream.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if they're there already, how are we doing for timing?
Take a look. We are 3:27, so we got 3
So we
minutes.
still have a couple of minutes to do that.
Maybe just introduce yourselves, tell people what we're in right now, the pre-stream room.
Yeah, so this is the pre-stream. We're just, Sam and I are just sort of catching up here. We've been so busy today doing 4 different demos for people, sort of walk around personal one-on-one demos. We haven't really had a chance to talk, right? So, yeah, just pre-show, kind of getting ready to do the live stream demo for you guys, or the live stream, not demo, is it?
Yeah.
We're doing live stream.
And actually, we are excited about this. For us, this is the first time.
Yeah.
And we actually enjoyed the preparation for today. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good to see. I mean, I guess one of the reasons we're kind of here at the map is this is a real focal point for people when they come to Escape or they come to Chilliwack, and really start to look at the range and our reach all the way across the map. Quite fantastic, actually. I know we have a couple of trailers just going out of deliveries right now. They're heading off. And then I know again next week there's a couple of trailers heading out to Florida.
The sunny side of life is here.
Yeah, or right here, right
Or
now.
up here.
Certainly today, there's a lot going on in this area. I just got a call from a person in Brazil.
Nice.
Yeah, he was looking at, very interested in buying a few trailers from us. So.
Nice.
Could be really interesting. Yeah, I enjoy Brazil.
We get a lot of phone calls. We do most of our work over the phone, over the internet, and we get to hear different accents.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on where you are located, we learn a little bit about your culture out there, which is nice. And
yeah. Well, of course we have accents.
We are foreigners
You
too,
know.
right?
This whole continent is
Yes.
foreigners to some extent. So for anyone who doesn't know, of course, Samuel is Swiss, from Switzerland, and speaks German, Swiss German, and German, I guess. A slight dialect going on there. And I'm from Ireland, and I only speak kind of English to some extent, and some Portuguese, but mostly English.
Yeah.
In this stage, which is good. Okay, so I guess we're kind of at time.
Pretty much 3:29.
3:29, we're almost there. I have to
Really
wait.
there, okay. Any guesses how often does Switzerland fit in Canada?
How many times? Oh, really?
Over 200 times.
Over 200 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like you.
Well, I know that Vancouver Island is bigger than Ireland,
Yeah, it's
and
nearly
I think
size-
it's bigger than England as well, or the UK. Sorry.
Absolutely, yeah.
England, Scotland,
Yeah.
Wales, and maybe Northern Ireland, but that's well. Ireland is one island. It's smaller than Vancouver Island. Yeah, huge continent. Huge continent. Okay, 3:30.
3:30.
PDT, as someone corrected us yesterday. Daylight savings time, PBST. So anyway, welcome everyone to our live stream. This is our first one. You know, we're glad we can have some people join us here. On the other end of the camera, or should we say inside the software in there in Twitch, we have Linda, and Linda is one of our product configuration specialists, and Linda will be answering questions that come along during the live demo tour that we're going to do. Samuel and I, this is Samuel Schneebly, Earl Kenny. I should have done that first.
Yeah.
But so Samuel and I will walk you through sort of the trailer, and we'll kind of tag team on that a little bit. But Linda will be on the other end. So if you're watching anonymously, you can just follow along through just like a TV. But if you want to interact, if you specifically want to ask questions, then there is a chat field, a live chat section in there. You can sign up, and then you'll be able to ask questions, and Linda will be on the other end answering those questions. If we do not get to answer your questions, then we will save this live stream and we'll go back later on and we'll answer those questions back to you afterwards. Okay, very good. So at the moment, it seems we have over 40 people joining us on this live stream. So we're just going to get this going. We're not going to take too long, I think, to sort of go through the main part of the tour. And I think, you know, towards the end, maybe we'll sit down and we'll do some more questions ourselves. But as you're coming through, I mean, obviously on the other side of the camera there, we can see the chat that's coming in. So if there's areas that people want us to sort of go back to or specifically focus on for them, we'll go back and do that. Okay, so if everyone's good, we will get going. Should we go have a look at the?
Maybe just for those who haven't tuned in. Just before we started, Carl mentioned that we are doing our one-on-one tours as well. Today we had 4. Hi to those who I talked today. I know 1 or 2 groups of you are joining in today, which is awesome. One-on-one, the idea here behind is that what we're doing today is kind of too many, but one-on-one means you and I, or you and Harrison. And what we'll be doing is we go to that unit that you have the specific questions or you're thinking of purchasing or even have purchased and want to see it again. Okay, handing over to Carl.
Very good. Yeah, that's a good point. We said at the pre-show, but we didn't say it in the real time.
So make use of that.
Okay. Well, let's go for a walk around. This is live, so who knows what can happen as we're doing this. Now, as we come in, you'll see a good shot of our beautiful showroom here. Excellent. So today's focus is going to be on the 21NE. The reason we chose the 21NE is that it's the latest trailer configuration that we developed at Escape, based off our 19 or Escape 19, with a layout that people love in the Escape 19. And we figured, you know, there was a lot of people who were asking us, hey, can you take the 21 and do a 19, do the layout of 19 and 21, because 21 is just that little bit longer and a little bit wider than the 19 is. So we created this layout. I built a lot of inventory for this layout at the beginning of the year, and I think we're pretty much also down to 1 now. Is that right? 1, yeah.
So
maybe.
that 1 is not online, but there's one that
there's one kind of in the back
back
there that we hadn't put online. I was going to keep it for something else. I was going to keep it for a movie shoot that we were going to do.
Yeah.
But we said, well, we just have to sell it now because there's a run on these 21NE. So we figured we'd do the 21NE first. I'm going to start off very quickly. I'll just talk about some of the features or value of an Escape. And as we're doing that, we'll talk. It's not a big sales pitch here. This is more just a kind of a walk around of why an Escape. And we'll start off. So the Escape, key point, will not leak. So Escape trailer, as if you've done your research, for most people to know, we make this trailer. It's completely fiberglass all the way around. So when we manufacture it, it's 2 pieces. We have the top piece and we have the bottom piece. And while they're still in their molds, we put the 2 together and we seal with fiberglass all the way around the interior of the trailer. So it is really well sealed. And then we put this band on the outside, really just more than anything aesthetics. And it's to kind of cover up what would be the cut line between the 2 very outer surfaces on the gel coat. This is gel coat on the outside. So full fiberglass trailer, sealed all the way around, will not leak. And anybody who's, I mean, Sammy, you know this from more your experience with in the dealership side of things, where you know the stick-built trailers leak. But then again, if you're here with Escape, you probably know this already.
Yes, yeah. We see this a little bit like a boat. You see even underneath here, that's all fiberglass. The wheel well.
Yeah. Now the Escape 21, while you're there, while you're down there, the Escape 21 is a tandem axle. And this is a very nice R15, 205 R15 radial tire. These are our standard tires, so our standard wheels, which are the steel wheels. And of course the option, well, that's something I should mention. Of course, Escape is a validated options manufacturer. So when you come to Escape, hey, it's all about choice. Right? People just get to choose what they want to do, how they want to build their trailer, how they want to configure, customize and personalize their trailer. So we have a lot of options. But honestly, the standard, the base unit is an extremely livable unit.
Yeah.
So from there on, it really just is choice about what else the person wants. And we sell a fair few number of standard units as well to people.
Yeah.
Majority of people put something on that makes it non-standard. Having said that, resale value is excellent, absolutely excellent. Good luck trying to find one on the forums or for sale somewhere. If you can, if you're looking for one and you find one, buy it quickly. They go so fast.
Yes.
And generally our owners take great care of their trailer. So it's wonderful. So back to this again. Key feature. Strong, sturdy, solid exterior shell. And if we have a strong, sturdy, solid exterior shell, all those forces as you're taking this down the road that really want to try and tear your trailer apart, they cannot act on this. Well, they will act on it, but they're not going to twist it, they're not going to crack it, they're not going to bend it. So a very strong exterior then means that the interior also stays very strong. So we, apart from the fact that we build a very strong interior within our cabinetry, like you had a cabinet maker on there last week who was quite appreciative of the type of construction that we have on the inside. So that just means the interior stays really strong. And for those who know about the place called the Dempster Highway, between us and the very far north, up in a place called Tuktiuktuk, there is a road called the Dempster Highway, and it's a few thousand kilometers of dirt road or gravelly road. So we have a couple of customers, if you're watching, who we know take their, it's a 17B they have, and they take that regularly up and down twice a year, I think. They've gone, and then they usually drop them back here for a checkup. Flawless, just flawless.
It's not top heavy, so your weight is on the bottom, so it will tow really nicely. We had a customer who picked this up during kind of a really rough weather, and when I called him up, he mentioned that the towability was wonderful. Kind of leads to the next question of weight on these units. They are very light, so you can tow them with a maybe F-150 or even an SUV. So certain customers don't have to upgrade to another.
All you need for this one is 5,000 pounds GVWR.
Yeah.
So if you've got 5,000 pounds tow capacity for the Escape 21NE, you're golden. Yeah. And you know a lot of SUVs will pull this. In fact, the Subaru Ascent, which you could say is kind of like an estate or a station wagon-y type car, it will pull 6,000 pounds.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
So that type of vehicle will pull this. And we have some customers with the Subaru Ascent who pull these types of vehicles. Okay, so let's hammer through some of the features and options in this unit, work people around, and we'll come back and we can come back to other things afterwards. So I'll start at the bottom and I'll kind of work my way up, and then we'll just do a bit of a circle, and then I'm going to let Samuel move on to the interior side. And there's a reason why I'm doing this along with Samuel, is that I'm a little bit bigger, so you get an appreciation of my size in the unit, and you get to see how actually it's quite comfortable for me in this unit. So it'll give you a sense of scale, maybe. So at the moment I'm 6'3¼ ish, and I'm running somewhere around 270, 280 pounds. Thereabouts, and Samuel's a little shorter.
About 6 foot, just short of 6 foot.
Just sort of 6 foot and a lot lighter than me. Okay, so torsion bar axles on the Escape, fiberglass body, personalized your own decal, so you can have this in many different colors, whatever works for you. On this side, we have an option. One of the options is our shower. So this is what we call the exterior shower. The exterior shower basically gives you hot and cold water here, straight into this tap. We have some customers who really been quite ingenious with this, and they have a connection with a spout that runs out. They'll have their table set up, their washing and different things. Sorry, pardon me.
Just watch here.
Oh, right. Yeah. So this will be the exterior shower. I'll continue along this side. This one has a hatch. This is a standard hatch for this trailer, and this hatch runs underneath the bed. So it's exterior access to all the items that are stored in the bed area. So quite extensive storage available in there as well. Of course, we also have our standard 120 volt power that comes from here. And this little catch, in case you're wondering what this is, this little catch here holds this door when it comes up. There you go, holds it in place. As you work around, I'll just work up a little bit. Frameless windows. These are a beautiful, beautifully aesthetic pleasing window. All are exterior windows with the exception of the front window on the Escape 21. I'll talk about why that is a little bit later, but all our windows are double glazed. So they're all a good strong thermal window, bug screens on the inside, and a nice simple levering mechanism to open and close them. Exterior windows. This is the vent for your vent hood, your fan in your kitchen. Of course, we have an exterior light. All lights are LEDs and switchable from here and from the inside. On this unit, we have a power awning, with the standard being a manual awning. And we glance over to this side. We're not going to steal too much from next week's presentations, but this is an example on the 19 where Samuel is, with the fixed windows, framed windows, and the manual awning. Okay, we'll continue around the outside here. This is our storage box. So specially designed and made so that you can turn without banging into the back of your vehicle, hence the slope here on the front. So made at Escape. This is an option on the 21NE. When you have the storage box, the battery goes inside the storage box. The batteries that we provide currently are deep cycle lead acid batteries, and we have a lot of customers who will put their own batteries in, whether they're lithiums or AGMs. And I am investigating both AGMs and lithium batteries as an option going forward in the future. This is your propane cover. So on this trailer there will be two 20-pound propane tanks with an automatic switchover valve. And then on the front, on this one, it's a manual jack, and the option of course is a powered jack as well. Okay, we'll work our way around. I want to talk about this rock guard window. So this is a rock guard window. This is a protection in the front of the trailer. As we open it up, the rock guard window is a single pane fixed window. However, when this closes, you do lock off and you have an air gap in between, which gives you a certain amount of thermal protection. As I walk around, again we see the frameless window. This one's open. It gives you an example of it in open position. This is a ZAMP port. So when this person sees this on the configuration on the build seat, this is your ZAMP port, and your ZAMP port connects to a ZAMP solar suitcase or a solar suitcase, and that can be wired directly to the batteries or to a solar controller. This is an optional hatch on this side. This hatch runs in underneath the dinette area. As I run down the side, at night time, and it does happen when you need to empty the tanks, nice to have a light so you can actually see what you're doing. And underneath we see the grey for the grey water, the black for the black water. They sort of tee in through a common area, so it's nice and easy to empty the black water first and then empty the grey water, so you flush out that black water, or sorry, the other way around. Okay, and flush it through, or whichever way you want to do it. As you run down the side, this is the optional window for the bathroom, and then you have your heater vent, your fridge vent. This would be cable TV. So we can screw in cable TV if we were on a campsite, or if we were screwing onto a big antenna of some sort. We also have a jack TV antenna which can go on the roof. So from a TV perspective, there's a couple of different options. Plug in or have a TV antenna on the roof. And then you've got your water fills, your water heater. This one we've put the second optional exterior shower on the back. Nice to have hot water on the mat, or hot water available to you on the exterior. Down here we have the sewer tube holder. And the detachable power cord. Detachable power cord is a nice feature. Just stops any bugs or critters going inside to the trailer. The option, or the standard here, would just be a cable coming through and then a kind of a brush or a plastic sort of screen that runs on it. The escape all come with a bumper, a rear bumper. Not all trailers come with a rear bumper, so we have a rear bumper for a bit of protection. The bicycle rack carrier on the rear, rated at 150 pounds. Full size spare tire. Move up a little bit. Nice feature here with the frameless windows on the rear is that you can have a split opening rear window. Still has bug screens inside. If this was a fixed window, or framed window as we call it, it does not open. So there's no opening on the rear with it. And for different people there are pros and cons, and people's opinions can be somewhat polarized on which they prefer in it. I think a lot of people tend to go with the aesthetic of the frameless window because it just looks really nice. And then there are some people who like the idea of it maybe just being a little bit more tinted and having the bug screens all the way around, and be able to open all these windows. Marker lights up on top, and then this one is fitted with a rear camera system, and the rear camera system connects wirelessly to the screen that will be in your truck. Okay, and back around to the beginning again. Very good. This trailer, a couple more features here. We just have the standard lock, which has deadbolt and handle locks on it. Single step in this trailer, and we also have a double step option for this, which we only introduced last year. It was a very recent addition people asked for, so we put that in. That's another thing to remember from Escape. Escape is here for you. We build and we develop all these options and validate all these options pretty much always because our customers have asked us for something. So we look at it and say, okay, is there something we can build in? Is there something we can build, deliver, and support, either through us or through our vendors for the life of this trailer with our customers? So there's a lot of effort that goes into ensuring an option that someone has asked for is something that we can reliably produce with quality and support afterwards. So we take all your comments. I hear lots of them. Bunk beds and different types of solar chargers and different types of solar systems and different types of air conditioners, and we've been testing them out. And Dan Stroud and a few of you, if Dan is on, knows this, because with Dan, who was previously a casino owner and bought an Escape 21, we did some different features in there with Dan, kind of as validation testing stuff that he wanted. All right, so should we move inside?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to leave this mostly to you, but maybe I'll wander into the bathroom.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So people can see, what does it look like when somebody of my size is in the bathroom, even with my shoes on.
Yeah, very good.
Or maybe I should take them off.
Actually, there's just while we were talking about the locks, this one also comes with the keyless entry.
Oh yes.
So we can do that too for you if you don't trust the keys. We can help you in that one.
Yes.
Let's step inside. Thank you, Carl. Some of you may have already been in an Escape, and on this note, a big thank you to all our ambassadors. We have about 1,200 out there in North America. Ambassadors are those who have purchased a trailer and are willing to pick up the phone and kind of educate other escape owners or potential owners. So they give you feedback, and you can ask them questions.
And you can meet them.
You can also meet them as long as the
With their
safety,
trailer.
yeah, as long as the situation allows. We found that a lot of current owners have become like a community. So we have the escape forum where they share ideas and thoughts. Now, looking at this unit here, maybe starting in the back. So we have our bed. To point out, we got a nice deep mattress. So this is the place to rest, to come back from a little walk and chill out during the day, or just have a good night's rest. You have a decent sized queen size bed, and you see over here, these are our optional reading lights. So you can custom make and decide on which side you want those to add to the sort of atmosphere in here, and just give you practically a little more light if you do reading. Loads of storage in this unit. You'll find that in an escape trailer we try to use every possible little nook that we can use for storage. They go deep inside, and there you see them, and they continue. Here, this is the access hatch for the storage that you saw from the outside before. And just real brief to give you an idea, got a little mirror here, how much you can actually store and how deep these are. You see my arm all the way in there. This one with shelves, and then more down here. So although you may think an escape is a small trailer, once you are in it, there's a ton of options to store your items. Fridge, this particular one here, now we see the 6-foot cubic fridge. We have the freezer separately and the fridge down here. This is a unit that also works for people who feel like, well, I want to go on a short trip, but also on a longer trip. So I need storage, I need a bigger fridge, I need enough sleeping, especially if you have a little family, or or you bring maybe friends along. This is the unit that can do both of that. Show you the bathroom here. Now the bathroom is a wet bath, so you have the toilet and the shower in one area. And if I step in there, it gives you an idea of the size, and then we'll have Carl give this a try. Okay, so this is me. Okay, and if I stand straight, I will touch the roof on this one here, but I could also sit here and use the shower. So that will be me, and now we'll give Carl a try.
Okay, so when I come in, yeah, I mean obviously I'm a little taller, so
yeah.
But most people who are my height tend not to stand straight up because we're
Right.
always looking down a little
Looking
bit.
down on little people like me.
So yeah, so I'm really quite comfortable here. I mean I can operate and use this space, you know, quite comfortably. I don't have any. I have used them, so
Yes.
I know I can use this space quite comfortably. So it's not really. It's a nice space. It's a good size.
Yeah.
It's a good compact size for us, which is wonderful. There's also this medicine cabinet in here. So a bit of a medicine cabinet for all your little bits and bobs, and then of course the vent fan is in here as well, in this location. So that's very nice.
So before we go over to the Dinette, we'll have a look at the kitchen. This one comes with the 2 burner stove, so this is our standard, but you can also have a 3 burner with the oven. Now in this particular one you will find most storage. You see again my arm, there's a lot of pots and pans that you can fit in there, and then the storage underneath here will run all the way across, and then we've got more here and here and here. So plenty of space again for trips that take a little longer. Countertop right here, got this beautiful cover that you can use as a surface for preparing your meals, and then there's your sink with a residential style faucet. You can turn this away so it's easier to get in and out with larger pots and pans. And give you a little bit of extra space because there's flip up counter right here. Then again more storage up here. That runs all the way across. What you notice on the Escape is this material here, this vinyl, that's very, very easy to clean, and it's all around the trailer. Okay, let's have a look at the dinette. Carl took a seat. Maybe one thing to point out is how easy it's to get in and out, because this table, you can just move it across and then just slide in like this.
Key feature of this 21NE, of course, is the size of this dinette.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, there's always a balance between do we need a larger dinette or do we want a smaller dinette? And there are some people that are very happy to have really this size of dinette because it works perfectly fine for the space that they need. But certainly with the Escape, the 21NE, this dinette is voluminous. It's huge. It's
big.
You know, it's very large all the way around, both with its storage and its just general area, the surface area that it has. So a very nice space. I reckon. I mean, I know I could easily sleep. 2 adults, no problem.
Yes.
On this space, absolutely no problem whatsoever. And you could probably get a child and a dog in with you at the same time.
And you have options. Like you can go basically. I'm going to take my shoes off here as well. So, say if your partner is still asleep, and in the morning you're getting up, you can chill out here, have your coffee.
Yeah.
And although you're not sleeping, you're resting. So you can do this because you have the backrest, or you can go across this side with
it's
it's super comfortable to
and these are comfortable cushions.
Yeah.
They are. They're not too hard, they're not too soft. It's kind of Princess and the Pea.
Yeah.
Type of approach. Or was it Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Not too hard, not too soft, just right.
Yeah. And you got 7 different color choices, so you can choose the different colors on the cushions. You can choose the flooring. You can choose the countertops. So make it your own.
Personalization. So with Escape, there's 2 sort of key factors, and for us, it's customization and personalization. And this is the stuff that we do better than anybody in North America, and I'm going to say all over the world. Maybe the only exception would be an absolute custom bespoke trailer manufacturer is going to give you just very specifically everything you want, but that's going to be very expensive too, right? So we try to make it something that's affordable. I mean, the whole objective is to get everyone into an Escape, give everyone the opportunity to have an Escape in different ways, and then give them the opportunity to personalize and customize that Escape to be what they want.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So that's why we made this change last year. Yeah. It used to be we only had 1 set of fabrics that you could, and then you had to supply your own. But now we have 7. This velour chocolate is a nice fabric, right? It's a nice feel, and it's a nice sort of color.
And speaking of choices, so you can still provide your own material. So if you feel that one of those 7 that we have won't work, you send it our way, and we will. The personal, absolutely, the custom personalization side of things is still available to everybody. Right. You can send us the fabric and we'll do it. Of course, we'll put the fabric on these. It can be 1-sided fabric. It can be 2-sided fabrics. It can be 2 different fabrics. You can have different fabric on the valances than you do in the cushions and stuff. So we can really mix and match this and make it work for you. Oh, the other thing to notice to mention, which we didn't mention, is of course you have maple or oak in the materials that we use, and I don't know, did we point this out, but you know, all these cabinet doors, this is all solid real maple. In this trailer is maple, so all solid real maple on them. So a sturdy, strong, very strong unit. We talk about we didn't know about blinds. So blinds on a friction sort of blind here, nice and easy, very simple to move up and down, and you can adjust that to make it easier or harder, or make it stiffer, whichever way you want to have it. The windows on this knob, just opening and closing the windows, very simple. You can keep those open even if it's raining, because the water will run down.
That's right, it'll run off the side.
On these
and that's a big factor for people, or a big discussion point for people, whether should I get a frameless window or a framed window.
Yeah.
And then there's, you know, oh, when it's raining I want to have a frameless window, and then the framed window people will say, yeah, but I get more airflow if I have a framed window.
Yeah.
So it's really comes down to personal choice. I mean, I've used all of them, so I must admit I don't notice much difference between them. And you know, unless the rain's coming in Irish style, you know, off the west coast, then you know it's horizontal
Yeah.
rain. Yeah. Then
On-
fine.
On this note, often we are looking at the windows and the awning kind of in combination, and what we do is when you order an escape, we'll have Jolie, Linda, and Melissa, and they will look after you personally. They will basically help you go through the process of building this unit. We call it a build sheet. And until you are satisfied with the build sheet, we won't build it. We will just work with you to kind of create a mental picture, and in your mind and on paper it's ready. When you're ready to sign off, that's when we start building this unit.
Yeah.
And then at some point we'll start sending you pictures. You get regular updates on the units, how they're built, and you get an idea how we do things and how your unit comes together.
Yeah, that whole product configuration process is really important from an escape perspective. Okay, so if we go inside the dinette, you saw that exterior hatch that we were looking at earlier.
And then we'll have
So there will be some services stored inside the dinette, but otherwise it's free and available for storage. Of course, in this area, this turns. I think we already said this turns into a bed.
Yes.
So the cushions all move out, and then you have this very large space, and then of course you have all the storage space up on top. So we try as much as possible to maximize the storage space that we can create.
We should show them this one here. I believe this is even bigger.
Okay. Here, I'll just pull this over.
Table over.
Oh, this gets the full. Yeah.
So there's various ways of getting to this. We can get it through here. Carson, if you don't mind lifting that up for me. So now you have a large space. I'm going to put my hand in there to give you an idea. Like that. That's just underneath. And with the table we've got we have two options. Either the standard, which will be this one here. And then we also have the Springfield Pedestal. Springfield Pedestal will have one leg and you can push it down.
Yeah, so that's like a lot of our customers really introduced us to the Springfield Pedestal, and it's kind of comes from a marine background, and it's a single column in the center, and the table sits on top, and it's pneumatic or something, so we can. You can just push it down, lock it in place, and then make the bed off of that. If you weren't doing that, then you have the two poles that we have underneath here, which I think Harrison has already shown us. And it's very simple to pull the tabletop off, take those two poles, put them away, and make your bed. So very nice. What have we missed in this trailer? Oh, we missed this.
The t-shirt?
Did we talk about this?
No, we didn't.
We didn't talk about the t-shirt, right? So this year we started rebranding a little bit and trying to get a bit more color and what's the word? Is it pizzazz? Maybe, I don't know if that's the right word, but I would try to get some more merchandise together. And this is one of the t-shirts that we came up with, and we're giving this t-shirt away. So what we're going to do is, we really need your feedback. We need to know if this is going to work and it's a value to people. So, and we're very happy to do it. I think it's a great experience to come around and do this for everybody. So we have a form, which I think is at the bottom, which is in the page that you would have probably come here to get to this live stream. So we have a form. If you complete the form and just tell us how we did and what you think we could do better, or what features we could look at in this trailer, then we're just going to on a maybe weekly, maybe daily. Because if we get a lot of forms, maybe we'll just do it daily. So we'll have a daily giveaway. Let's just agree we'll have a daily giveaway here for the rest of this week and next week when we do these live streams every day. We're committed to doing these live streams every day until May 15th, and we'll see what people feel about it. And then if that's the case, if everyone's happy, we'll go and we'll just keep doing them. And keep walking around and introducing new people to these trailers. So the giveaway is Escape t-shirt. Just fill out the form, give us some feedback, and we will go from there.
And just a little sneak preview for next time, Monday.
Oh,
right?
yes.
So Monday we're going to do the fifth wheel. Larry, if you're watching, we'll have Carl sit in the Dinette and you will see how much headroom you have there, okay? So tune in on Monday as well.
Yeah. I know, I think
done for today, but just a little reminder.
Yeah. And I know Dave Murphy's online, and David Murphy has a fifth wheel, and David Murphy, well, Samuel may not know, but David Murphy has sent us some great photos to our photo contest.
Nice.
A lot of really beautiful photos, and has completed some very nice modifications in his fifth wheel as well. So shout out to David there. Okay, so what's next? What should we do next? You talked about the counter extension.
We
did.
looked at the counter extension.
The counter extension, and we did all of that stuff. Okay, great. So I think what we'll do is, we don't want to keep everybody for too long. Some points to remember or to note. We're going to live stream video tour today and every day next week. We're going to hit a different trailer all of our trailers next week. So I think ending up, so it'll be the fifth wheel, then it's the 21, 19, or maybe backwards, then the 17B, 17A, or 17A, 17B. So we'll get them all done next week. So at least if you're there and you're waiting on things to do, you'll be able to come and watch those with us. Other things that we're working on with live streams, this is where we really need your feedback, is looking at doing live stream orientations. So I feel really bad. You know, we're just well known for the orientation process that we have. We have a lot of customers who are new owners, and even if you're not a new owner, it's a new escape to you. And people like to get that orientation. So we feel really bad that we haven't been able to do the orientations for people who've been collecting their trailers or having them delivered now, which is a huge amount of deliveries going out. So I figured, hey, why don't we do a live stream orientation? And that way you can come to the orientation. It doesn't matter how many people come to the orientation, and watch. So year over year, or it's like if you just want to get prepped and you can't absorb all that information straight off. I mean, I know when I started, and I was going through these orientations with Reese in the beginning, or he was taking me through these orientations, and the first orientation, I was
a lot of
so much information to capture. It was very challenging. So that's why I was going through the videos. I'll go through the videos. Okay, I'll keep going through the videos, and then I think a live stream orientation that a person can chime into 20, 30, 40 of them. It doesn't matter. Just do that. So those are the key things. Okay, now I think we said at the end we were going to do a few, we were going to have a look at maybe a few of the Q&A stuff that was going on here online. I could pull some questions up if there are any and go from there. But I'm going to need somebody to do this. So if you pass this over to me, and then I will focus on Samuel.
Yes, here we go.
Because he's probably
we didn't mention that this one here can also have a cot in it. So if you have, like me, a little more children.
Well, how many children do you have,
5.
Samuel?
5.
and tell me, 5
boys.
5 boys.
Yeah, 5 boys.
Well, that's going to be fun.
I only do boys. So now you have the option to add a cot in here. The cot will basically sit across here and add this extra sleeping space. Looks a bit like a stretcher. So with that plus the dinette space and the back, you can sleep a family in here for sure.
Right. Very good. Well, I'm looking at the questions here, but it looks like Linda's doing an absolutely amazing job. Linda's doing an absolutely amazing job of answering all of these questions that have come through, which is, there's nothing left for me to answer. I see a note from here saying, from David Murphy saying, hi Carl and Linda. So we've already spoke to Dave. Hi Dave. I know Jim is on here as well, CPA Harley. So hi there Jim. Shout out, good to see you. Mike and Donna is asking me about the showroom production facility in Texas. Only I can really answer that. So what's going on there is we are, I'm still committed to moving ahead and moving our production, or moving extra production to the States. I'm not going to shut down Chilliwack. All right, it's just we grew up here. We're going to stay here without a doubt. But also looking at that Texas. So I've done a lot of work in Texas so far. The next major phase for us is to, I would say, properly specify and document this entire trailer so that we can transfer the technology properly into the US. It kind of makes sense. You know, really, we're in Canada, we make this product in Canada, we designed it in Canada, but all the parts that we buy all come up from the States.
Yes. Yeah.
So it just makes more in a way it makes sense if we're going to launch some manufacturing production facilities. Let's do it down there in the States. And Texas is such a great area for this type of stuff. So that's definitely a next year thing that we'll be working on. I have some good engineers here now. I have one good engineer, another one coming in the next few days, and they'll really help me to specify this thing properly. Okay. So the new delivery services, delivery services are all flatbed truck delivery services. So we've worked really hard over the past couple of months to build up the transportation side, because we didn't really have it. We kind of had it before, but it was very few and far between people took deliveries. So when COVID hit, I'm like, we got to figure out a way to try and make this better. So we worked really hard with some transportation partners to team up and get us some good rates on delivering down into the US. So it's delivery services is all flatbed truck, and they essentially tie down at the wheels.
Yes,
is what they're doing now. That when we started off, they weren't tying down at the wheels. Everything was fine, but as I was watching the trucks coming and going, I'm like, we got to tie them down properly. So, or better. Properly.
And it's well received. We do have
deliveries
are doing that.
And I encourage you, anybody who's watching, if you're an existing customer and you've had a delivery recently and it's been a positive experience for you, please post it up. We'd love to hear from you. It's very very important that we get feedback to know, are we doing the right thing here? Because we're doing it for you. We obviously we benefit at the same time. Otherwise, why would you be in business? But we'd actually do it for you. We're buying a sight unseen and appreciate this live stream. Well, congratulations and
welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family, or the extended family, whichever that might be. Now we'll just give it a couple more minutes here if there's any more comments. Otherwise, we're probably going to close this one off here, I think, pretty soon.
Yeah, and remember that online there's this one-on-one tour that will lead you directly to my calendar. So
that's a good point, right? They book so I've kind of set this up now, so when you book with Samuel, you're booking straight into his calendar, so there's no more going through a form to then get a call back to then book a meeting. So I'm just going to go straight to Samuel and book a tour with him, and you'll do it. I mean, this was and we did reasonable depth, but your one-on-one tours are far deeper than this.
Well, the one-on-one tour is more interactive, right?
Yeah, I guess because you have the audio both sides.
And you want to see again what was in here.
Yeah.
Or maybe what's in here.
Yeah.
And we'll do that together,
Yeah.
We have 2 books for Monday morning, so bring some more along.
Yeah. Oh, Tony and Penny. So Tony and Penny. Shout out to Tony and Penny.
Thank you.
So you had the one-on-one with Samuel. I said it was awesome. Highly recommended. So we much appreciate that. Well done, Samuel.
Much,
and Harrison. Good job on that one, guys.
Yeah.
Was Harrison in that one? Or was it just you?
Can't
remember. There's so many of them, hey? I remember you talking about Tony and Penny.
You were there too? Good.
Yeah, I remember you talking about the guys. It's been actually a wonderful experience, I think, because we just can't have people here. And as you saw from the map outside, so many people all over the States. It's
and we found the experience when I watched you always used to be really relaxed, so it's a nice atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I go with the flow. What you want to see, I will show you. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. MG Van Isle says, thank you, Samuel, for the great talk today on the live stream.
Thank you.
Great video live stream. Sorry, and thanks for the chat today. You. So that's all doing pretty good. Oh, should we talk about the Escape 23?
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the Escape 23 has been coming along really, really well. William, who's our young engineer, I say young, he's younger than me. He's younger than you, but he's definitely younger than me. Yeah, he's younger than you. You got 5 kids. Unless you started very, very
plus
early.
minus my age.
Yeah, okay. So, where was I? Oh yeah, the Escape 23. So the Escape 23, we used Product Portal or Product Board as a tool to gather feedback, and we have had this was 2 days ago, so we've had over 800 comments in total on here, with them split between the different layouts that we have, and a lot of exceptionally positive and good feedback for us. And now, I know next week we're going to start. We said we'd wait until this Friday and try and collect as much as we possibly could, and then next week we're going to start collating all that information together and putting together a matrix, if you like, with all the different comments and all the different features and ideas and things that people are seeing as positive and improvements, and other things they want to see. Like the big one that keeps coming up is the bunk bed.
Okay, yeah.
Bunk bed in the
bunk bed
twin.
people.
Bunk bed in the twin. That's kind of.
I relate to that. Yes.
Yes, yeah, for sure, right? So Samuel has a motivation for wanting the bunk bed
Yes.
option. You know, in these.
Just to give you an idea where you can find those floor plans is when you go on our webpage, escapetrailer.com. The first drop-down menu is called Products, and you see all the 17, 21. That's where you see the 23 floor plans as they're designed. Not built yet, but those are the thoughts that we have. So that's where you can leave your comments as well.
Right, right. I see a quick comment, a quick question here on. Jim. We will get back to you on that. The door open at 90 degrees. I can't remember which one it was, but or maybe Linda can work with you on that one. But Yada78 explained the solar setup and what choices are essential for the setup. So the solar setup for us is. Best way to describe this is the solar panels, and depending on the trailer you get, you can have most of them now. You can have 2 solar panels on. All the 21s, we can put 2 solar panels on for sure. So let's just say this trailer here could have up to 2 solar panels. The solar panels then come down and run through their charger, their solar charger, and then pretty much from there they're running down to the batteries. So solar charges batteries. That's what it does. It always charges the batteries. It's always trying to charge the batteries. Yeah. And then from there, if you want to use that power inside your trailer, you would put an inverter on it. So if you want to use that battery power as 120 volts inside your trailer, you would put an inverter on it. So the solar system is, we have solar panels that we would put on the roof. You can have 1 or you can have 2. Yeah. Routes down through all the usual solar setup, and we use Go Power for that. And then if you wanted to use, it's an option, have 120 volt power inside the trailer. When you're boondocking running from the batteries, then you would put an inverter on, and that's in our build sheet configuration where you can add the inverter. And then there's different types of solutions with the inverter. You can have the inverter that only has 1 outlet, or the inverter that has multiple outlets, or make all the outlets run on 120. So a lot of this comes down to what your expected type of camping is going to be, or what you intend on doing.
And so Alice and Mel, nice to see you. Before I only heard you on the phone. So yes, you can get this installed here. You were asking if you can, if a unit is solar ready, if we can install the solar panel. That's correct, right? We do that here.
As long as
if it's pre-wired solar ready. On
all the inventory that we built. If it was an inventory unit. Yeah. All the inventory we build is built solar ready. Okay. Yeah, pre-wired for solar.
So we've got you covered.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Who is? Oh, I had a couple more here. So, Schurmann case. Will you do 3D models for the present models like you did? And the answer is yes. Yes. So our first test was the 23, and what we did there was we got the 21 exterior, the 21 shell scanned. So we scanned the exterior of the 21 shell, and we took it and we pulled it. We got a model from that, and then we created we essentially limousined to get the 23, the E23, or Escape 23. And then, so we have the 21 shell, so the next stage is to get in and do that. We wanted to test it out on the 23 first. Looks like it's come along really well. There's so much more we can do on the modeling side than sort of trying to play around with things physically. So yes, and that is, we have a summer student coming here in the summer, and her job is going to be doing a lot of that modeling and putting together these units. I'd love the ability for you to have these models, and actually we do have it today, but William won't let us release it quite yet. But the option for you to be able interactively with the software tool that we're using to be able to go in and spin and zoom and subtract and section. So for anyone who's technically inclined in this way, you could use it. It's a proper parametric solid modeling tool that you can use. So the answer will be yes, and if it's in the model, then the software that we use enables you to take whatever dimensions you want to take. Very good. Tom Burt just received his 21. Oh, it's in Quebec now. Excellent. Live stream in a manufacturing facility. That's something I got to think about. I'm not going to commit to it right yet, but I think it might be. Yeah, it could be something to look at maybe in the future. And okay, Schurmann case. Thank you very much. Okay, much appreciated.
We had a question here that we may come back regarding the windows. Thank you very much.
Oh, the medic awning style windows like Northern Light have. So a lot of you know that well, Keith and I are very close. at Northern Light, and he's such an amazingly knowledgeable guy. So Northern Light is also part of the group that we're in, and we share a lot of ideas and sort of future thoughts on product development, and we've been sharing parts and technologies. So for instance, our new battery disconnect switch was the Northern Light battery disconnect switch that we used. I spoke with Keith. It's an excellent product that he's got, works really well, so we changed that out into ours. The Medic style windows, polycarbonate windows, things that he has, so we've been looking at those and considering them. Maybe in the future. Yeah, I got to go case by case with validating all these options, and I have to make sure I can source them and supply them. But I think there's more. We'll see more coming in the future with the collaborative efforts from this team. I think between us, we're going to have just wonderful products continuing to grow and come through. Oh, quality control. Sorry, Tom. I know your trailer. I see it when I walk through the production line all the time. Yeah, it is in quality control. I can remember I walked through there last night. I don't think it's going to be ready for this show on next week though. We won't be able to get it in here. Okay, I think will we keep these videos? Yes. We haven't quite decided how long we're going to keep them for. We were sort of toying with the idea that we would save these live streams. They'll be up on Twitch and they'll be available for a period of time. I was reckoning a month. I didn't want to go too much longer, just because some of the content that we're talking about will kind of get out of date over time, and I don't want people going back and then saying, oh, but you said this 3 months ago. I say, yeah, but it's changed. Things have changed, as things do. So we'll be available to go back and watch it again, or skip through boring parts. Parts that are less interesting for you. All right, guys, I think we're at 4:22 at this point. A lot of the comments coming in seem to be thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Escape Marketing is telling us thank you very much. It's time to close this one off. Yeah. Thank you, Samuel. Well done.
Well done.
on this live stream. We appreciate everyone who joined in. I think we ended up having nearly 70 or 80 people watching this live stream, which is actually has blown me away completely. So such a wonderful experience.
Yes, it's been fun.
Yeah, so I'd say, guys, the lots of the social media side of things that you can jump onto and sort of get more information if you need. There's a couple of different places that people congregate in. So the Escape Forum is a wonderful site. It's not run by us. Neither of these are run by us. These are run by essentially our customers and existing customers run these. So the Escape Forum is a wealth of knowledge, and a lot of people on there who are just so willing to help everybody by giving them feedback and ideas of what they can and can't do, or should and shouldn't do with their camping, with their trailers, with their trucks, with their setup, all that type of thing. So the Escape Forum is really good. And then Escape Travel Trailers, again, not the Escape Trailer Facebook page, but Escape Travel Trailers Facebook page, is another fantastic site that's up and running, and that's a great site for positivity, photographs, that's good experience, and a great place to go ask questions to people. So there are two wonderful sites run by Escape owners, our customers, that are going forward. So that's the main thing. Yeah, the forum is a very strong place and a great place for objective feedback about Escape. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. I think that's a goodbye from me.
We're going to say goodbye and enjoy your weekend.
From Samuel. Survey. And the survey, just one more. The last time on the survey. Thank you, Harrison, for reminding us. Harrison put together the Google form, so he's keen to see the survey work. This is the Escape Trailer T-shirt. You got that in there? Okay. Beautiful Escape Trailer T-shirt. So we're going to give away one of these on every live stream based on the feedback that we've had back from the previous live stream. So please go in, fill out the form. There's like maximum 15 sort of very quick choice questions in there, and you'll be done in less than 2 minutes. Give us your feedback. We'll send we'll do a draw. We'll send out one of these every day next week. Thank you very much. Escape Trailer, built for you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.